Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Your girl Indigo Diamond here with another video. Today we're going to be doing another game, not Sims this time. I gave people the options in my last two videos. So the last Sims one I did said I was thinking about doing something different and said, you know, if you had any suggestions of what you'd like to see, to leave it in the comments below. And then in the all winners video that I did last week, I asked as well, just in case anyone didn't have the chance or didn't catch in my last video, and the only comment I got was to play some World of Warcraft. So here we are, World of Warcraft. Today I'm just going to do some dungeon runs, try and get some mounts, but before we get into that today, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button, and that will let you know obviously when I put out videos in the future, which at the moment is still going strong every week. I haven't missed a week yet. It may come out a couple of days later, but I've managed to hit every week so far, which I'm very impressed by. Also in the description below will be links to all my socials, so if you want to follow my page, or you know, wow, brain went blank, I was on a roll there for a second. Follow me on like Twitter or Instagram, those will both be in the description below, so feel free to follow me, feel free to tweet at me, say hi, leave a comment below, say hello. I read all the comments every time there is one, so don't be afraid to say hi. Yeah, let's get into it. So the mount I'm going for today is called the Reins of the... Why did I have to pick one that I couldn't read? Reins of the Vitreous Stone Drake, from the dungeon the Stonecore, which is from the Cataclysm expansion. So before I started recording, I made sure to get all my alliance characters over the well, not to the dungeon, but to the like area they're in, just so hopefully getting there wouldn't be too much hassle. I have had this really horrible thought that I'm going to be recording, like get all my characters over there. I spent like an hour, well, close to an hour or like half an hour trying to get all my characters over to this zone. I had this really horrible feeling 2 characters would go through the dungeon and I would get them out. We will see if that happens. If it does, I have other mounts that I can go over depending on how, well, I've got other mounts that I can try to get depending on how long I've been recording at that point. But hopefully I'll get a mount today. I remember I was doing some mount runs a couple of weeks ago and I got 2 mounts, I think. That was quite nice. I've got like a little list. I like to have about 5 dungeons / raids that I'm going for a mount for at a time. I'll like have this little notepad, sticky note that I like update. So the fun bit with this is trying to remember where the dungeon is, because I know it's there, but it's how to get there. It's not. Is it through here? Got to figure out how to get out of this place first. Well, getting out of here is not. We're off to a good start. Off to a good start. I've no idea where I am. I've been to this dungeon before. Oh, I've been to this dungeon before, but it was quite a while ago, and it took me a while to find it then. So it's over here somewhere. Thank God for mini maps, eh? Is it up or is it down? I've gone past it. See what I mean? Is it here? Yes. Right. Here is the dungeon. What I need to remember, not collections, that's not what I clicked on. Dungeons, it's a Cataclysm dungeon. That's not what I clicked on. Stonecore, right. Loot. So this is what mount we're trying to go for today. This is what it looks like. I've seen lots of people riding around the game on this lately. It's not why it is on the list. It just I couldn't figure out when I had 2 spaces to fill. I was like, oh my god, I just need something to fill this with. And then I remembered this was a mount, and I was just like, oh, we'll put that on there. So loot table, so I can get it in normal or I can get it in heroic. We'll go for heroic just because why not? Right. So speaking of mounts actually that I got recently, this is one of the mounts I got recently, which is the Clutch of Jikun. This is from a raid called the Throne of Thunder. Which is in the Mists of Pandaria expansion. I was very happy. It took me a long time. I had to complete the raid over 20 times to get this mount, and I had to keep doing the raid because the raid gets 2 mounts, and the first mount I got really quickly, but I just could not get this mount. And the thing that annoyed me about this mount was you had to complete more or less the entire raid to get to, well, at least half of the raid to get to the boss to get this mount. And then you couldn't like easily walk out. You could half out, my halfstones are down here, but you couldn't like easily walk out. And because I tended to just leave my characters in there until I was doing the next raid at that point. But raids take probably, I think, they're on like a weekly reset, I think. So you had to like, you could do the raid, but then you would like have to wait a week to do it again, which was great fun. But I mean, this is why I have like a list of like 5 that I'm going through at a time. It just means I have that option. And say you have a quest, maybe I just don't. Maybe it's like one of those quests where I have to have the quest before I come in here. Like a lot of dungeons have like a quest that leads to the dungeon. So who has the okay, so this looks like the second boss here has the wow, brain's gone, has the mount that I'm trying to get. Now all my characters at the moment are currently max level, and I say currently max level because on, well, okay, so I think it's Tuesday in the UK the new expansion for WoW comes out, and that's the Shadowlands expansion, and at that point the max level is going to go up to 60. So if you can see, I'm currently 50 at the moment. So it's essentially, with the new expansion, the level cap's going to be half of what it was originally. So when Battle for Azeroth, which was the expansion that came out before Shadowlands, which is going to be the new expansion. Wow, this sounds so much more complicated than it should when I'm saying it. When Battle for Azeroth came out, the max level was 120, and I got all but one of my alliance characters up to level 120, and then the pre-patch came in, and the max, you went from being like a level 120 to being a level 50. Alright, chill out. But it was just kind of like, it was like you came in one day and suddenly you were like, oh, well that's disappointing. Is he the boss? No. So who's the... Oh, goodbye. You're the boss. Goodbye. Where was I? Level cap. Yeah, so one day you would come in and it was literally just like, oh, my character's level 50. Disappointing. But I don't know where I was going with this. No idea where I was going with this. Started as... So starting as... something to do with Shadowlands coming out on... Yes, I think in the UK, the... Wow, I love my brain. It doesn't really work properly, does it? So I believe it's the 24th it comes out in the UK, and I think America gets it on like the 23rd. I could be wrong in that. Maybe it comes out on the 24th in America, and then the UK we technically get it like the 25th or something like that. But I'm intrigued to see how that's gonna go. I liked Battle for Azeroth. My main problem was it just, you only really got like half the story if you like just play the Alliance side. I mean, I have a couple of Horde I have like one Horde character that's like max level at the moment. So this is the this is the boss that should drop the mount. So let's see if I get it this time. Probably not. Nope. Oh well. So that sound is because I just unlocked a new transmog. So I got a new skin for a dagger. It's the Quicksilver Blade. So I have a add-on called sorry, my bags are an absolute mess. I'm awful with this. I have an add-on called All the Things, and it literally just like tells you what drops what. So like this boss, there would be one less thing on here now because I just got that transmog. Yeah, I mean, I had like one. Is that just going to transmog me to the front? Do I be lazy and only do this boss? So I only do 2 bosses, or do I finish it? It does. I'm gonna be lazy and only do those 2 bosses because I mean I'm only trying to get them out. I don't really need anything else. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to get all the transmogs at the moment. I mean, I want them all at some point, but it's not what this video is about. Cool. So attempt number 1. Didn't get it. Yeah, so I have one max level Horde character, so I got all the story, but it's very like you get bits but then you miss other bits if you didn't have a Horde and Alliance you were putting through at the same time. And I'm very much like a story person. I like to know what's going on in expansion, why it's happening sort of thing, what happens behind the door sort of thing. So for me, I thought it was okay. I just feel like it could have been done better maybe. It's very much a case of like trying to put too much into one thing, and for me it was just, yeah, they didn't really succeed in telling all the story that I feel like they wanted to tell. It did feel very rushed. With the new expansion coming out, it looks really good. It also doesn't look like the story is going to be confusing. With when you play it through for the first time, you have to go through like the specific order of like playing through each zone, which I prefer because with, why do you have to quest for me and you didn't have to quest for another one?
What's on your mind? Keep your feet on the ground.
Yeah, because all dwarves are Scottish. I don't know why. I've never understood that. But all dwarves are Scottish. Yeah, because with going back to the storyline thing before I get too sidetracked again. So with like BFA, Battle for Azeroth, it was, I mean, you had like, so each zone kind of had its own story, which you would go through, but then you had sort of like the overarching story, and the overarching story was more a case of you got to a certain level and you could do the next bit of it. And with that, it didn't, with doing that, it didn't really tie into the story of the like areas, because there's a character, well-known character in World of Warcraft called Jaina Proudmoore. Now at the beginning of the expansion, when you go to the new zone, she gets put in prison. But if you like don't get to the bit where she gets freed from prison before you are able to do all of the storyline, she's just magically free. And it just looks really bizarre because you're like, well, how is she free then? Because you don't have to do the zone quests. So I think it's the Tiragard Sound area. I believe that's what it's called. Let me just look on my map. Tiragard Sound? I'm pretty sure it's Kultiris. Yeah, Tiragard Sound. So that area, if you do all of the storyline bit for that, you do get to the bit where you free Jaina and you understand where all that comes from. But if you don't do that, you just do like the expansion story bit, she gets imprisoned at the start and then she magically like is free, and it just looks really odd. I don't know about the Horde side, because the Horde side I only played the main bit, and it was on a boosted character, so I didn't really get the intro. It's just that they started there. But I'm looking forward to having a this is where you go, this is the story. And to be fair, I will probably just go through that on all my characters, like, because they have an option when you're playing through your other characters. So after you've played through it on your first character has to go through the story. When it comes to the other characters, after your first character has been through the story, they have the option to either go through the story, or they can just go, no, I'm just going to do it my way, sort of thing, and just start off. And I think that's a really good option, because there are a lot of people that don't want to do the story, not really fussed with the story, just want to get it done. Am I going to get it this time? Nope. I also didn't get any new transmogs. Fun times. There's a lot of people where they will just want to get through it, get it done, and play how they want to play. There's people like me who I really like the story, so I'm happy to go through it on all my other characters. That, and I feel like I'll probably have less chance of getting lost at that point. Third time's the charm, maybe? I mean, I've got plenty of other characters, it's fine. But yeah, I think it's a smart move, because you're not forcing people to having to do it, apart from the first time. But I feel like at least once you should go through the story. Just my opinion, maybe. But I feel like if you were to just jump into it and then to say, you know, I'll just do it however, you maybe get lost, maybe wouldn't have any idea what's really going on. But, oh, it's already on heroic for this character. Happy days. But yeah, that's just my opinion. You know, personally, I'm happy to go through them. I'm glad they gave people the option. I think that's nice. That way you're not going to have people moaning that they have to go through it on every single character. But I'm looking forward to it. It looks, from like a graphic standpoint, it looks like a good expansion. And from what I've seen of it story-wise, it looks like a good story expansion. So I'm intrigued to see how it goes. I'm hoping it's better than Battle for Azeroth. I am not holding my breath, and that's not a reflection on Blizzard, which are the developers of World of Warcraft. It's just a case of, it's like, I've seen so many games where they've had like a disappointing expansion, and then like the next one looked really good, but then it's just been like the same thing. I mean, for me, I will maybe use Sims as an example here. So with Sims, like, you get like the new expansion and like the stuff looks really cool, and then you play it and it's a load of rabbit holes. You know, there's not really anything amazing about it. It's very much just, oh, okay, so it's still The Sims, just in a different area with slightly different things to do. Okay. But, oh, new transmog. So, braces I'm getting here. I'm, like, braces and belts I'm not really that fussed about because you don't really notice them, especially the braces, because the gloves and the, is it called a tunic? It's just called a chest piece. Okay, the gloves and the chest piece just tend to like overshadow them. You don't really see them. So I mean, the chest piece in theory I'm not really that, I shouldn't really be that fussed by, because of the fact that if you wear a tabard you don't see it because it covers it all the time. But I don't know, I should really get her a different tabard, because she's got the Slayer's tabard, which is the one you get, I believe, straight away for being a demon hunter. But like, it doesn't do anything. Like, I don't know if you, well, you wouldn't have seen because I'm covering it actually. Dead again. This poor dragon is just like, just keep killing me, and not getting anything. Yeah, that's fine. So no third time's the charm on this one. I'll just update that to 3 because I forgot to update it to 2. But yeah, so on the second character, so the character I was on just before this one, they have a tabard that in dungeons gets them reputation. So I should probably really do, I mean, like this character, this tabard he's got is the tabard of his race, so he's a void elf. I almost said night elf and I was like, no, that's not correct. So he's a void elf and that's what his tabard is, but because he's a void elf there's no reputation gain from that, because he's an allied race. I don't know why that means they don't get it. Maybe it's because, I mean, you would have thought, well, I mean, I suppose the thing is, like, when you, by the time you would get that tabard on a normal character, you would be at max reputation, so exalted reputation with that faction, so at that point you wouldn't need it to give you any reputation because it's already at max. I'm going to go with that's the reason why it doesn't give you any reputation. I don't know. I didn't design the game. 4th time. So this is my mage. I found I can only play mage on arcane. So specialized talent specializations was right. Sorry, I thought I was thinking of Guild Wars 2 for a minute there. So each class tends to have 3, druids have 4, and demon hunters have 2. Don't know why they came up with those numbers. I mean, druid's a base class, so it came with like the original game. Demon Hunter came out with the Legion expansion. So, I don't know, maybe they couldn't think of a 3rd one for Demon Hunter, and maybe they just thought of too many for druids. I don't know. But apart from that, like, every other class has 3. And I have not been able to play well with a mage on either fire or frost. Only been able to do it on arcane. Don't know why. I'm gonna just say that I'm just not good at playing the mage on the other ones. Tends to be the case. I mean, I tend to find, I mean, most people do. They tend to be able to play one better than the other. Like my main is so my warlock, which was the first character I was on, one of theirs is demonology, and that seems to be like the class I play most, which is why she's my main. But my other half, he can't get on with it. At least he couldn't. I feel like I heard him say he was playing a warlock at one point. But my other half did stream WoW on Twitch. He kind of burned himself out with the game, so he stopped playing the game, but I know he said he's going to start streaming again when the new expansion comes out, so that'll probably start next week. I feel like I'm going to start coffee in a second. Sorry, I need a drink. Oh, getting a dry throat. Too much talking, clearly. I think my throat's just not used to me talking. Even though I keep doing these videos every week, my throat's just like, but you don't talk more or less for the entire week, and then you talk more or less for like an hour or two, depending on how long the video is straight. How long has this been so far? It's not even been half an hour yet. Cool. We might get through all of these, considering this is number 4. Nothing good. I'm guessing I already had the transmog for that. But yeah, I think it'll be nice. I don't watch him stream, but I used to literally just sit myself in there just so he had someone in the stream for him, and then he was actually getting people watching him anyway, so I just stopped bothering to do that. But I don't watch him stream mainly because of the fact that like I don't watch people stream. Like there's people like Hazel and Hazel Nutty, I believe is her like screen name. She does World of Warcraft streams. There's other streamers that I don't watch them stream, but a lot of them do like weekly update videos for World of Warcraft that I will watch because I like the people that do them, and it's giving me information at the same time, so you know, it's nice. At least I give them support on YouTube. I don't know what's going on with me today, but oh, I didn't check to see what it's heroic anyway. So I've gone back, as you guys can see, to my red hair today. I've missed my red hair. Don't know. It just thing is, I need to like wash it, but I just to wash it I need to be able to like get all the knots out of it, and as much as I brush it, it just seems to be knots all the time, and I just keep brushing it, and I just there's always knots, and I don't know why. I don't do anything particularly rough with it to get it knotty, but it just, yeah, I don't know. I will have to just keep brushing it and hope at one point all the knots come out, and then I can actually wash it, and then I can maybe make it look better. I mean, I don't think it looks too bad on me, if I'm honest, but yeah, I mean, it just needs a wash. I mean, not that you guys, maybe you can tell, I put green on my eyes today as my eyeshadow, and I haven't worn green on my eyes, but I don't know why. It was just, I sat down today and I was like, I'm having green eyeshadow today. No idea why. It was just, that was the choice for today. It was green eyeshadow, and I must admit, I'm very happy with my makeup today. No, cool. I'm always nervous I'm going to be chatting when I loot, and then it's going to get that like trumpeting sound again that I've got something. But yeah, no, I'm quite happy with my makeup today. I've done quite thin eyebrows. What do you guys think? Do you like my makeup? A little pouty face apparently. Could you imagine me with like really big lips? Wouldn't that look really weird? I wish you could. There's one thing, like, characters always move kind of slow in WoW, and when you're in a dungeon you can't. There's a couple of like raids that you can mount parts of, and I can't remember, I feel like there must be at least one or so dungeons where you can do the same, but for the most part, because they're inside, you can't mount, and it's like, okay, so I have to just move really slowly then. Thanks. Oh, trousers. Oh, moved off them. Yeah, I mean they're Earth Strength leg guards. They're not better than what I'm wearing. I wasn't expecting them to be, but just thought I'd double. Oh, don't know what happened there. Just thought I'd double check. But yeah, I mean, considering it's the like Cataclysm expansion, I wasn't expecting them to look like amazing. I am looking forward to when my warrior. This is the thing, like this sort of headpiece like makes me think warrior, but it's because it's male. But this is a hunter, and I'm really looking forward to being able to get her a new helmet. My dinosaur agrees apparently. But yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to get her a new helmet, just because I don't know, I'm not a fan of how it looks, and I don't want to transmog it. I don't want to just make it look different. Thing is, like for me, if I do a transmog, I just want to transmog it to like a whole different set, so it's like a set appearance that I know all goes together. But I don't think I have any hunter sets like fully unlocked. I love this mount. So this is the when the Legion expansion came out, each class had like its own like order hall, and they all ended up, if you like got a certain achievement, you could get like the class mount. So I have the class mount for every class because I was determined I was going to do it. Took a lot of work, but this is the warrior one. I think it looks really cool. Wait, did I don't think I checked. It's heroic anyway. But yeah, no, I don't think I have any of the warrior ones fully unlocked either. These aren't like class specific ones. This was a promotion that like Blizzard did recently. So if you had like is it a 6 month or is it like the year sub? So if you like have like the rolling subscription to the game, like you bought it for like I think it's a year or something, or like 6 months, they gave this out recently for free for those people, but you can also buy it in the store for like 20 quid or something like that. And this one I got from when Shadowlands was like announced. They had like a a deluxe edition where you got stuff, and there came like a mount, you got like a mini pet, and you could get like this armor. I've never put it on any. I see a lot of people wearing it, but I've not actually put it on any of my characters. Cool. Yeah, I mean it's very much a case of like I've got bits and pieces of a lot of them, but I've not got, I think that's probably the closest I've got to having a warrior one fully done. That's 2 pieces short. Yeah, I think the only class I've actually got any of them complete on is probably my like a warlock, and again that's going to be because that is like the main class I play. But a lot of like the class sets come from doing raids or dungeons. I think mainly raids. I don't think there's really any dungeon sets. I don't know. But so obviously now that I'm kind of like going through the raids and that on like all the classes to try and get mounts, they're all kind of getting pieces of them. And at some point, obviously when I've got like mounts I want to go to and I've just like not really got anything to do, I'll probably start going through the raids and that, and just and getting the transmogs as well. It's kind of why I got the all the things add-on. That's kind of cool. But yeah, for the time being, it's why all my characters kind of just look really mismatched. I mean, even though my Warlock's got sets, she looks really mismatched because she recently like just keeps getting new armor, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna, because it costs money to like have to change the appearance of your armor, and for me, I'm like, I want these mounts, and a lot of these mounts that are in the game cost like in-game currency to get, and for me, it's just kind of like, okay, do I want my character's armor to match, or do I want the mount? And it's like, I kind of want the mount. That's why I've got, so you've got like achievements for like getting a certain amount of mounts. So currently I have 170 mounts that are usable by a single character, which is quite a lot of mounts actually. But I need to get 200 to unlock the next bit of that. Nope. But I got some new gloves. They look alright. Don't go with the other thing I have, but maybe they do actually. I don't know. Do they? I think it was more of a blue. It's just not going to be on there, is it? Won't go looking for it. I won't go looking for it. I hope everyone has had a nice week. I don't know who. I don't know where my brain tried to go in like 5 different directions there. I don't know where you are all watching from. If you are not in the UK, I am in the UK, which you can probably tell by my voice. And we are currently still in lockdown. The lockdown is supposed to end on the 2nd of December, I think, which is a Wednesday, so like halfway through a week. But that is going to be a week on Wednesday. So I'm filming this on Sunday the 22nd, and it'll probably come out on Sunday the 22nd. So yeah, on Wednesday the 25th, it will be like a week until lockdown's supposed to end. Am I wanting it to end? Yes and no. I want it to, oh, okay. Why did I think I hadn't changed characters? Don't know. I'm wanting it to end because I want to be able to see my mum, because obviously we were like doing our drag race nights, and it's just not the same without her here, so we haven't been doing them. And it's, you know, as much as I speak to my mum twice a week, so we have a family chat, which we do every Sunday. At the moment it's been at like 7 o'clock. So, and we still speak to her on Tuesdays. We still do like a Skype on Tuesdays, to kind of like say hi. But it's not the same seeing each other in person. So that's why I want it to end. Also, I'm trying to buy a house, and I'm kind of nervous that lockdown's gonna mess that up somewhat. I mean, it won't mess up with the buying of the house. It'll probably just mess up with the moving, which is the thing I really want to do right now. But I don't want it to end, mainly because of the fact that, I don't know, I feel like they ended it too soon last time, and then we had to go into a second lockdown because it was clear that they had ended it too soon. Everything started rising again. So it's kind of like, well, if you just don't take us out of lockdown until, I've got a key. Oh, it's a trinket. Yeah, trinket. It's just it's difficult because you just don't know what's gonna happen. It's just that problem, isn't it? You can't predict what's gonna happen, so you kind of just have to go for the best. I mean, I feel bad for like businesses that have had to close because of lockdown and such, and you know, then they got to open for a short period of time and then they had to be closed again, and it's just really rubbish. the whole arts community has basically just been completely screwed over by this whole thing. As someone who loves to act, you know, would love to be able to do it professionally at some point, and obviously wants to be a professional drag queen at some point, you know, it sucks for me, but also more importantly it sucks for all the people who that is their job anyway, and then they've just been kind of gone, well, should train in somewhere else, and it's like, well, why? It's like, it's not their fault this thing happened. You can't just kind of kick them to the curb and go, well, you chose to do that. Sorry. It's not how it works. Would you believe I've gone through this really quickly. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters left. And I say really quickly, we've been doing this for like 40 minutes. Less than 40 minutes because it took me a while to actually start the video. But yeah, no, I just think it's not been handled well. What in life is, though? So, it's government. I don't like government. The reason I don't like government is because it's people. And, you know, people are stupid. And, you know, people are selfish. People think about... I've gone in here, I've not even checked if I'm on heroic or normal. I'm on heroic, cool. Yeah, it's just all a bit stupid, really. I mean, obviously there needs to be people in power, completely get that. It's just, I don't know, everyone lies to get into power. Well, not everyone, but, you know, people lie to get into power, and then it becomes big hoo-ha and everything else, and yeah, it's just, you know, I make sure I vote every time, but I don't know, I think I just saw, the problem is I'm too, like, distrusting of, like, government and stuff like that. I'm always like, well, what do you really want to do? But it is that thing, all you can do is vote for the person you think is right. You know, at the end of the day, you can't really for definite pick the right person. It is what it is. It's why I don't talk politics with people, because I'm always like, you know, if people ask me if I vote, I'm like, yes, I voted. Do not ask me anything else, because I'm not gonna get into an argument over opinions, which is literally what it is at that point. You know, it could be a case of my opinion is different to your opinion. That's great. Leave it at that. I voted for such and such, you voted for such and such. That's great. We did our part. All that can be done at this point is to leave it to them, see how they do, see who wins. That kind of is it. You know, it's kind of rubbish. I don't know. Anyway, politics. No one likes it. Oh, people do like it, but it is what it is. It's not like my favourite thing to do. I vote in that because it's a necessity, and because if you don't vote, you don't count, and you know, you can't, if you don't vote but you don't like what's happening, then you should have voted. It's kind of as simple as that. You can't moan about who got in if you didn't vote, because you don't count at that point, so your opinion doesn't count. I mean, all in all, end of this conversation for me is make sure you vote, because you need to have your say in, you know, what you want for, like, the government. If you don't vote, you don't count. End of. Don't know where that where that rant came from. No idea. Oh well. World of Warcraft people! um, right, monk time. So dead horse. That flies. So the monk class came in with the Miss of Pandaria. Pandaria? Miss of Pandaria expansion. And with that also came a new playable race, which is the Pandarans. So of course I made my monk a Pandaran, because I'm very imaginative. Very imaginative. But
It is too far away.
it's too far away.
Only if you dare.
I think the monk's probably my least favourite class. And I don't know what it is. I'm just not a big fan, and that's okay. But I just wanted one of every class, so I have one.
I am out of range.
I am getting loot. That's plate. Plate. It took me ages to find
It is
which
too far away.
monk specialization I actually could
out
play.
of range.
So I play the Brewmaster,
I cannot
which is a
attack.
tank, which
I
is
need
kind
to
of funny.
target something.
Because I'm really rubbish with survivability on this, and I don't think I do all that much damage on this either. I'm probably still just playing it wrong. I kind of play to the point where I don't actually have to, like, I learn the basics, and the basics are a case of, can I play it, do what I want to do, and not die? If the answer is yes, I'm done looking into the class at that point. Like, my Warlock, which is like my main class, like, my other half keeps going, why didn't you have this on your bar? And I'm like, what? Like, I have so many skills that my class will learn, and I've just not paid any attention to. I have no idea what I'm stuck on. And yeah, it's really bad. It's why, like, I will wait to, like, do raids until I can do them myself, because I don't want to play with other people, which sounds really stupid considering I'm playing a, like, was it MMORPG, so massive multiplayer online roleplay game. Pretty sure that's what it stands for. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Put a comment. I should have just said it wrong and been like, someone will comment on this now. But yeah, I think part of it's just I'm not an expert at the classes I play. Oh look, I got the dagger again. I'm not an expert at the class I play, and so I don't want to play with other people because I don't want to feel like I can't pull my own weight. And at the same time, World of Warcraft is populated. I need a drink. Did that go onto my keyboard? No, it went onto my pen. Cool. World of Warcraft is populated by many types of people. You have people that have been playing it for years, because this game is old at this. Well, I say it's old. It's 16 years old. So it came out when I was 10. Is that right? I'm 26 now. So if it's 16 years old, came out when I was 10. Wow. Made me feel old quickly. But it's filled with, like, older people that have been playing this for a long time. Maybe, like, the stereotypical people that don't have a life, living in their mum's basement. You also get the kids that think they are the best at everything, think they know everything, and are not afraid to be verbally abusive towards people, and I cannot be dealing with that. I am. Yeah, I just, you know, for me, I come on a game to do what I want to do, just get what I want to do done, and do it. So for me, a game like World of Warcraft, I will literally wait till like expansions have gone by, so I can do a raid or a dungeon by myself and not have to worry about other people. That, or if my other half can do it, I'll get him to help me with it. But I will not ask people. Like people ask me to be in guilds like without even talking to me, and I'm like I have quite a few characters that are in guilds that I just don't speak in, and I'm really surprised that I've not been kicked out of the guilds, because I mean, with the fact alone that I only really play on my main character a lot of the time, so my other characters aren't necessarily active a lot, surprises the fact that I've not been kicked out of them. There we go, there's the mace. It's kind of cool. But also the fact that when I am on, I just don't like speak to anyone, because it's like, well, I occasionally speak up. If like someone's got a question about something and I genuinely know the answer to it, I'll speak up just so then maybe someone else doesn't have to. Like, I remember at one point someone had a question about crafting, and it was something I actually knew the answer to, which is surprising because I'm really bad with crafting. Like, most of my professions, as you can see, are like really low down. And it's just because I forget about them. I really do. Oh god. There's so many of them. Why? Are you like multiplying? What is happening? One more? Two more? Three more? What? Where are you all coming from? What? Why are you endless? Oh my god. I'll just run away at this point. I mean, they're not going to kill me. Okay, there's like 3 left. Maybe it was just where they were, where I was, they were endlessly spawning. Ugh. But what was I talking about? Crafting? So a guy had a question about crafting, I answered it. Very shocking that I knew what the answer was, because I don't do it, because I forget about it. There's not like, I mean, in the Legion expansion, there was like quests to do with like your crafting, and even then I still forgot about them half the time. Nope. So I think I've got 2 more characters left. I'm gonna be able to do this. All my characters will be able to go through this in this video. That's helpful. It gives me 1 full run of this dungeon, and then but yeah, and it just, you know, it got the answer. The guy had the answer they needed quickly. It meant someone else didn't have to answer it for him, and everyone else could just play on. But for the most part, I just don't chat to people, because I don't really. I mean, I was. So we've got the pre-event going on for getting everyone ready for the new expansion to come out this week, and I was getting to one of the like rare mobs that everyone was trying to kill, and we were waiting for it to spawn, and someone turned around to me and said, "Oh, nice mount." Because I was... What mount was I riding? I was riding... Squeakers. It's a little cute little mouse. Mouse? Mouse? I think it's a mouse. And so I said thank you, because it's polite. But yeah, apart from that, I just don't speak to people, because I don't have a reason to speak to people. What even happened? You have entered too many times recently. What? That's annoying. So do I have to like... Can I just like hang around? How long do you have to wait until it's like too... not long enough? What? Okay, while we're waiting for her to get allowed access, we'll go on my priest and get her over there at least. I didn't know that was a thing. I don't know why that's a thing, it seems a bit silly. But, yeah, I mean, I just don't really have a reason to say hi to people. I mean, as I said, if people say hi to me, I'll be polite, I'll say hello back. So, you know, if you do play WoW and you happen to see me on here, I mean, with the amount of realms and that there are, there's, unless you specifically had a character on this realm to say hi to me, or you just major coincidence happen to be in here. I mean, my realm is Blade's Edge, I believe. But if you said hi to me, I'd say hi back. I won't be rude. Sorry, everyone keeps like messaging in the family chat suddenly. Yeah, she can't go in there either. Time played at this level, 0 days, 10 hours, 5 minutes, 5 seconds. So this character started level 20 because she's one of the allied races, she's a mechanome. But so that means all in total, I mean, she's been at level 50 for total time played. So I've played her for in total 2 days, 1 hour, 22 minutes and 58 seconds, and her length of time at max level, so level 50, has been 10 hours, 5 minutes and 5 seconds. So it took me a day and a bit to get her from level 20 to level 50. That's not that long. That's kind of weird. Ooh, I'm not sure what to do. I don't know. I'm gonna wait just a little bit just to see if she does, if they do grant her access into this dungeon. While I'm waiting, I do have a question for you guys. So with the new expansion coming out on this week, obviously my video next week, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be starting to just go through the cast of like Drag Race starting from season 2, because I didn't watch season 1, and just go through each queen and sort of like talk about how their time on the show was. So like if they won challenges, how they did, how many times they lip synced, sort of thing. So I was going to go through that and start doing that sort of like as like a series for when there's like not Drag Race on, sort of thing, and I don't have anything else specifically to talk about, so it's something nice there. And then what I'll do is I'll release them, and then if I've done that video for a queen but then the queen ends up on an all-stars, or say for example like they do the all-winner season and they appear on the all-winner season, I'll do like an updated version of that when after their run has ended essentially, and just kind of keep them updated. But I think it would be nice to have sort of like this is how this queen did on this season, for me anyway. Let me know, you guys, is that something you would like? I want to do it anyway. But yeah, so I mean, I think starting with season 2, the first queen will obviously be Shangela, because she was the first out on season 2. So, and she would in theory have like 3 seasons to go through, because she got season 2 even though she was only there for 1 day, so done. But then she came back for season 3, and then she was on All Stars 3, so bish bash bosh. But let me know with Warcraft, obviously with the new expansion coming out, would you like to see me go through the story on a character? Would you like to see me start a new character and literally just start from scratch on a new character and see me level the way through and do the new expansion as well? If I do that, I will probably do a Warlock again, because it's the class I feel most comfortable playing. But yeah, let me know, is that something you would like to see? Do you want to see more mount runs? Let me know. What do you want to see? Take another drink before I generally don't know how long it's been since I started rambling. I mean, I've been going for just over an hour. The video won't be just over an hour. Well, it might be actually with the credits. But let's give it a go. Let's see if she can go in. No? Let's try. Sometimes it's a case of it, you have to kind of go away and then come back. Are you on heroic? No, you're not. Oh, yes, you are. I was looking at raids. Nope. Okay. Cool. So, not too bad. All but 2 characters. Let me just log out and see how many characters we've actually gone through. So these 2 didn't make it through, but we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 characters. So 10 out of 12 managed to go through, and then it complained and said I've been doing it. I wonder if I'd gone through the entire dungeon, if it had maybe been happier. I don't know. Oh well, so we've done, did I say 10? 10 out of 12, didn't I? Just thought I should probably update this sheet here. 10. So yeah, in that case even, we will end the video there, seeing as I can't do the other 2 and I probably won't be able to for a little bit now anyway. I would like to thank you all for spending some of your time with me, whether that's today on Sunday or at some point during the week or sometime in the future. Hello from the past. Yes? No? Maybe? I don't know. Hi guys!